We back. TMPodcast. Your boy Tay here to talk some shit. We back in the building, baby. The King is in Philly. Jaylen Brown's in Philly. Giannis in Miami. Kawhi shit still held up. They tryna jam the boy up. We got some Peyton Watson information. Here to talk some basketball today. Really want to get into some boxing, probably next episode. Get into some football. Coming up into that time. I know y'all boys see Trevor Lawrence. I know y'all see Travis. Travis Hunter with the big arms now. My boy got his weight up, man. Stop playing with us, man. Stop playing with them boys. Stop playing with them Duval boys. I'm telling you, it's up for the Jags this year. But we talking ball today. We just gonna wrap up the ball pause. Just wanna wrap up the ball season, basketball season, and we get into some football and some boxing. We got some niggas ducking Debo. That shit's crazy, man. Niggas ducking Debo in the boxing ring. Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis, and we got Shakur doing Zuffa now. We got T.O. versus Rolly coming up. It's a lot of shit going on, man. A lot of shit going on. But we talking basketball right now. We talking basketball. The King is in Philly. What the fuck? The King is in Philly. How the hell did this nigga end up in Philly? What? Man, I'll be honest. I thought that LeBron was too big for Philly. I thought Broad Street is too small pause for the King. I mean, we're talking like it's the second, third city on the East Coast, right? We're talking about LeBron fucking James. We're talking about the King. I'm thinking, listen, man, if he obviously wasn't gonna go to the Knicks. The Knicks wasn't looking at him. Knicks dumped that nigga, right? Knicks turned down him and Giannis. That's just crazy, but we say that for another day. But I thought, and LeBron's first play, don't get it twisted. His first play was to come to New York. He wanted to come to New York. He wanted to come to the big city and really spread his wings. You know, he did LA, now he want to do New York. Like, he really thought it was going to go all together, but the Knicks won the chip, so they said, nah, we good. So LeBron ends up in Philly, right? I thought he was too big for Philly. When I'm going through the teams, Golden State, Miami, Philly, Cleveland. And I'm talking with my nigga Aaron the other day. Shout out to Record Room. But I'm talking with Aaron the other day about it, and everybody thought that the storybook ending that we all thought was going to happen was Cleveland. Cleveland! This is for you! But we thought it was going to be, I didn't think the nigga was going to dump them twice. Like, you already dumped them, with the first decision. So I'm thinking, nah, man, boy is going to come back home and wrap the bow up. And another thing, before I even get into that, we all thought it was going to be the storybook ending, right? Because when you looked at all the options, like, all right, we kind of thought him at Curry would be cool. I started leaning Miami because it offered a lot of the best of all worlds for him, as far as weather and opportunity and familiarity and, Pat Riley, maybe let him use the jet, maybe take Rich Paul and Maverick Carter. You could use the jet, take Savannah and take whoever you want. Use a jet. We good now. I thought Pat Riley was gonna land the big fish. Nonetheless. So Golden State, him at Curry, looked good, sounds good. NBA would have loved it, but all right. We know that the roster wasn't really, and he don't want to live in the Bay, to keep it 100. But I mean, he wouldn't have been living in the Bay, but he don't want to play in the Bay. But so we thought, all right, Golden State, him and Curry, cross that off. The roster not good enough really to contend. And he don't want to be in the West. He don't want to play in the West with Wemby and SGA and all of them. Scratch it off. So then we have Miami. I thought Miami, Pat Riley probably land the big fish. But the roster, they need shooting. They need some shooting. And I don't really know how the fit of LeBron, Bam, and Giannis, Bobby Portis, tough guys, all good players, veteran players, but you need some shooting. And I don't like the shooting on the Miami roster. He probably looked at it, probably thought the same thing. They probably need a couple more pieces. Him and Giannis, I don't know how it's going to work, right? But nonetheless, so scratch off Miami. So you scratch off Miami, you scratch off Golden State, Cleveland, and Philly. Philly, we was crossing off from the jump. Like, nah, man, LeBron too big for Philly. You know, the Liberty King, yeah, Broad Street Bron, yeah, he too big for that. Like, and shout out to Ishka Bibbles. That's my spot in Philly. Love cheesesteaks. I fuck with Philly. Don't get it twisted. I fuck with Philly. And the roster is obviously, as we see him, that's what he chose, is incredible, right? But we thought that, I don't know about the, you got to rely on Embiid and, you know, you, Jaylen Brown, and Maxey, and VJ. How's that going to work? Sharing the ball. And then Philadelphia, no offense, but Philadelphia compared to Miami, it's not really that much of comparison. You know, comparing New Jersey beaches to South Beach. I mean, Miami is a whole different animal. Shout out to Miami. But so he, you know, he obviously he chose the Philly roster, and it was surprising. We didn't really think that Philly would be a real contender compared to the other teams because it was kind of like, Philly, really? You know, but he looked at the roster. When you look at the roster, you got Maxey, you got VJ, you got JB, you got a healthy Embiid. You know, you got LeBaron, Philon, a rookie. They got KCP, they got Adam Bona, they got Dean Wade. Like, I'm not naming superstars, but these are good players. You know, these are good pieces for a contending team. You have a 25 per game, 30-point per game scorer in Maxey. You have Embiid, who's still Embiid when he's healthy. You have an up-and-coming 20-point per game scorer, or I think he scored like 16 last year, but up-and-coming young star, right, and VJ. And they got Jaylen Brown, another 25-point per game, 30-point per game scorer who just came off of his best year of his career. MVP, what should have been an MVP finalist, carried the Celtics to the 2 seed before they got bounced by Philly. You know, in 7, let them come back down from 3-1. But you look at the roster, they have the best collection of talent, and it's for him, for the options that LeBron was looking at. And so that's simply how he looked at it. He wants to win. He's playing for $8 million, which is crazy. You know, that you got LeBron James, who's about to generate $300, $400, $500 million in the economy in Philadelphia. They already said it they're quoting it at 450. Amount of $450 million he's going to bring in revenue to the city just between his businesses and his presence and things like that. So, and they're paying him $8 million on the books. So, yeah. And shout out to Bob Myers, the architect of the Golden State Warriors dynasty, you know, the one who was putting together, him and Joe Lacob was the one putting together KD and Curry and Clay and all that. That was Bob Myers over there. He's in Philly now. He's running shit in Philly. So best believe he had his hands all over this shit. Pause. He was on TV talking about it. Like, he definitely had his hands in this. Bob Myers, genius. And so Bob Myers is who we think Pat Riley is. Like, people think Pat Riley is the big, you know, executive, and Pat Riley always lands the big fish and da-da-da, and da-da-da. No. That's Bob Myers, motherfucker. Like, nigga, Bob Myers done brought KD to Golden State and done brought LeBron to Philly. KD was a little funny with that shit going to Golden State, but nonetheless, Bob Myers is the one who put that shit together, and he put this shit together. He putting this shit together right now in Philly, and they look like they primed to go. They look like they ready to go and do some big things next year. So, surprised by LeBron. Definitely surprised that he went there. I thought Philly was too small for him, but I understand it, obviously, from a basketball standpoint. We thought, like I said, so let me circle back now. So I thought, coming down to it, that it's Cleveland, the storybook ending, that's how it was going to end. He was going to go to Cleveland. Now, if we look at some things in Cleveland, the Harden fit, it would have been a funny fit. He probably didn't